record. So Srimat means that which is glorified, that which has Shri with it, right? So Srimat Simhasaneshwari. So she is sitting on the, she is the one who sits on the great throne, right? The throne which has lions on the side. So the indication of power used to be with the kings. They used to have lions. When in Indian history we see that when especially in Tamil Nadu, when the Jains became powerful, then they were rulers. They used to have thrones. They removed the lions and they put elephants over there. They put elephants because lions are the next meaning. Himsatmakaha. Himsatmakaha ata simha. So that which, so the root word of simha is from himsa, violence, right? To destroy. And asana, the root word asana is as. As, the root word as means to throw away. So she throws away all violence. Simhasana. So Simhasana means she throws away all violence. Because a lion is expected to be violent, the Jains removed the lion and they put the elephant, which is a very docile animal. So, and yet it is powerful. So they put elephants to indicate royalty. But in the Indian tradition, in the Hindu tradition, in the Sanatana Dharma tradition, they used to be lions for a throne. So one is that she is sitting on a throne which has lions on it. The other is she is the destroyer of all violence. What is violence? What is violence? Hello, what is violence?
Destruction, no?
Okay. और क्या हो सकता है? What is violence?
मतलब किसी को दबाव में रखना, प्रेशर में रखना.
किस चीज को दबाव में रखते हैं हम लोग?
जो हमसे कमजोर होते हैं ना, वीक, उनको प्रेशर में रखना.
ओके, वेरी गुड. और क्या?
Unkindness.
Okay, unkindness. What are we unkind? Who are we unkind to?
So basically the ego comes down to ego.
Yes. We all the time are being violent with ourselves. My actual self, I cover it. I put my body, I put my mind, I put my intellect and cover it with all the vasanas. और उसके ऊपर हम हिंसा करके बैठते हैं. So, all of us are himsatmakaha. So therefore we pray to her, Hey Mata Simhasaneshwari. So she is the Ishwari, the ruler, Ishwari, ruler, who can throw away all violence. When all violence goes away, what remains?
Stillness.
What is? Sorry? Yes.
Stillness.
Stillness. Another word for stillness?
Love. No?
So there is a storm, let us say there is a storm, and after the storm has ended, and there is a storm and you can see the storm because you can see that the trees are all moving. When the storm goes away, the leaves become still. Similarly, when all the violence in our mind goes away, manas and buddhi, mind, when I say mind, the English word mind has two parts in Sanatana Dharma. It means manas and buddhi. Okay, somebody has to go on mute, please, because there is background noise coming. There may be background noise from my house, but I can't help it. I cannot be on mute and do this session. But whenever you want to speak, please unmute yourself and speak. There's no problem. So, because otherwise it comes on the recording. So, that stillness is peace, isn't it? And Shanti, in the Bhagavad Gita, very clearly it says, Shanti is the same as Ananda. Ramana Maharshi very nicely says that when do we get, okay, so you let us say you want a shepherd's pen and you say, I want a shepherd's pen, I want a shepherd's pen, I want a shepherd's pen, I want a shepherd's pen. And then that shepherd's pen comes to you somewhere. I go and buy it, somebody gives it to you. Suddenly you are very happy. Why is that happiness coming from? It is not in the pen, right? The happiness is not in the pen. So where is that happiness coming from? So Ramana Maharshi explains this by saying that the happiness comes because the vikaras in the mind, the waves in the mind, both buddhi and manas, have suddenly become still for a temporary period. Then you look around and you say, oh, the other chap has a cross pen. So now you say, cross pen chahiye, cross pen chahiye, cross pen. Then you get the cross pen, then there is a Mont Blanc pen, and so on and so forth. So, but that moment, there are no thoughts. There are no emotions. And what comes out then? Automatically, happiness, ananda. So, Srimat Simhasaneshwari is that which allows us to recognize herself, right? If you look at these three words together, just these three words, the other, there are other meanings also. Simhasanam, there are Simhasan, there are in Tantra, there are 6 Simhasana mantras. In the one of the tantras, there are 6 Simhasana mantras which are used for the worship of Devi. So the Simhasaneshwari, she is the ruler of all the 6 mantras. It also means that she is the ruler of sound. What is sound? Sound is the progenitor of Akasha. From Akasha comes the movement, which means Vayu, right? The touch comes. From touch comes Vayu. From Vayu then comes heat. From heat comes Agni, and so on and so forth. Panchikaran. Acharya Shankar has written a very beautiful treatise. It is called Panchikaran, how Srishti has originated. It is a work by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. So if you look at this, then by saying that she is these 3 names together, Sri Mata, Sri Maharajni, and Srimat Simhasaneshwari, together she is Brahman. This is equating her with Brahman. So completely identified with Brahman. So the first line itself is that she is that which is unmanifest and has now become manifest. That which was unmanifest has now become manifest. So that is the meaning of these the first 3 letters. Shri Mata, Shri Maharajni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari. This is the tune that we will use. This is the Anushtup Chandaha. We have seen that, right?
Shri Maharajni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari.
Simhasaneshwari.
Simhasaneshwari, Srimat Simhasaneshwari.
So now the second word, the second line, first word, which Lalita ji has already chanted. Chidagnikunda Sambhuta, Chidagnikunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samudyata, Devakarya Samudyata. Full line. Chidagnikunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samudyata.
Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, Devakarya Samudyata.
Chidagni nahi.
Chidagni.
हाँ, चलिए वापस कीजिए.
Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta.
Again, ईकार.
Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta.
नहीं, चिदग्नि कर रहा है. चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता. छोटा 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 कीजिए.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, देवकार्य समुद्यता.
Good. चलिए next. चलिए by turn. Don't wait for somebody else. मैंने नाम बोलने के लिए wait.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, दैवकार्य समुद्यता.
संभूता, not संभूता.
Okay. चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, दैवकार्य समुद्यता.
Okay. Mother tongue influence.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, दैवकार्य समुद्यता.
Correct. Now you've got it right. So ta ko tha, bha ko ba. So please don't do that inversion, right? So चलिए next. Ashwini, चलिए.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, देवकार्य समुद्यता.
Good. Rajashri ji.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, देवकार्य समुद्यता.
Good. Sharda ji.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, देवकार्य समुद्यता.
Good. Lalita ji.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता, देवकार्य समुद्यता.
Very nice. Second Lalita ji. Okay, you are Lalita 1. This is Lalita 2. Chaliye, Lalita 2. Boliye ji.
चिदग्नि कुंड संभूता देव कार्य समुद्यता समुद्यता.
Samudyata. So now the full shloka goes: Shri Mata Shri Maharagi Srimat Simhasaneshwari Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. Now, if you remember the story of how Lalita manifested, remember that the entire ocean was dried up. Remember the story? Brahmanda Puranam, I told the story in the first episode. So the full ocean was dried up, and in that the devas, they offered themselves as the ahuti, and in that the Paramashiva, he did the swaha, offering what? He offered all the ego, the shadripus, and everything was offered, and from that we saw her rise. Right? We had that beautiful description where we saw one by one, her first her crescent moon, then her hair, then the forehead, so on and so forth. She rose from that Chidagni Kunda. So therefore, that is the first, that is the Puranic meaning. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. So how she originated. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. Let us look at the other meaning. Chit means consciousness. Chidagni, the fire of consciousness. She who arises from the fire of consciousness. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. Consciousness की अग्नि में से जो प्रज्वलित होकर निकलती है. Now, consciousness and she who is conscious cannot be different. See, what happens is in the Shastras it says, he who knows Brahman becomes Brahman. He who knows Brahman becomes Brahman. So, if I know law, I do not become law. If I know medicine, I do not become medicine. Right? I become a doctor. If I know law, I become a lawyer. So I have a doctor and a lawyer, and so the lawyer is around here in my house, and I have two doctors here. So I'm using that as an example. So if you learn a subject, we have Meenaji who is a teacher. If you learn a subject, you don't become that subject. You become an expert in that subject. You become a teacher of that subject. But if you know Brahman, you become Brahman. See, if I enter a house, then I and the house are two different things. But if I go and merge into the house, now that is not possible if they are two material things. But Brahman is not material. So therefore, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta means only the fact that she is Brahman manifested. She is not different from Brahman. She is not born out of Brahman. She cannot be born. Brahman is not born. Brahman cannot be born. If Brahman was born, then we have to say, who is the father of Brahman? Then who is the grandfather of Brahman? Right? That will be an endless. So the grandfather of Brahman, who is the grandfather of Brahman?
Self.
Brahman itself, right? The grandfather of Brahman. So therefore, Brahman, actually, in the South, there is this system of celebrating marriages of devatas. So you have what is called the Valli Devayani Kalyanam, where the Valli and Devasena are married to Subramanya Swami, or Purna Pushkala Kalyanam, they are married to Harihar Putra Swami, or Radha Kalyanam, Radha is married off to Krishna, or you have Gauri Kalyanam, where Parvati is married to Shiva. Now in that, the ritual is very beautiful. The deity and his father's side, now there is nobody to represent the deity's father. The girl side, they will have father, right? Girl, ladki ke father honge. Radha has a father, Vrishabhanu, who will then offer the hand of the girl to the boy in marriage. Now, so the Purohit conducting the marriage will ask, so to the groom, please name your father. And the groom will say his own name. Please name your Gotra, his own name. Please name which city you come from, this universe. So he keeps on. So the whole celebration of this marriage is nothing but the union of the Jivatma with the Paramatma. So the Jivatma does a pravesha, right? So in the Bhagavad Gita, we have heard the word aveshya. So we enter into, but here the meaning here is to merge. There is no difference then. So Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta means the manifested Brahman. In the first line, she is unmanifest. Sri Mata, Sri Maharagi, Sri Mat Simhasaneshwari, she is unmanifest. Now she becomes manifest. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, she has become manifest. To do what? Deva Karya Samudyata. Deva Karya Samudyata. To do the job, to do the work of the Devas. Now, what again, let us look at the Puranic meaning. To do the work of the Devas, Devas could not handle the Asuras like Bhandasur, Mahishasur, Raktabija, so on and so forth. All these Asurs came and they had to invoke her to kill the Asurs. So the hierarchy is like this. See, first they go to the, if there is a Asur which is causing problems, in the Puranas, this is the hierarchy. Okay, if the Asur is causing problems, they first go to the lower rung Devatas. Okay, lower rung Devatas meaning, say they go to the Hariharaputra Swami, they go to Subramanya Swami, they go to Ganesh, they go to all these Devatas. Then when they cannot handle it, then they go to Vishnu. So then Vishnu cannot handle it, they go to Shiva. So Tripurasur, for example. So Vishnu cannot handle it, so they go to Shiva. Then when Shiva cannot also handle, then they go to Devi. So Deva Karya Samudyata, to go and do the ultimate, those who have to be destroyed without her help, they cannot be destroyed. So Raktabija, Bhandasura, Shumbha, Nishumbha, all these Rakshasas could not have been destroyed by the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh or any of the other Devatas, and therefore she goes and kills them. But let us understand what is the real meaning of this word. Deva, who comes from the root word Diva. Diva means to shine. Now, what causes the, okay, I can see right outside my window, I can see a tree, right? I can see a tree, meaning that the tree is in effect shining. Clear? Because if it is not shining, meaning it is not reflecting light, then I cannot see it. So for the purpose of seeing, I need three things. I need an object, I need light, and I need the organ which can see the light. So I have three things that are working together: object, light, and eyes. Similarly, for hearing, I need to have sound, I need to have a medium that carries the sound, and then I need to have a ear. For all the senses, there are these three, and they are all working in conjunction. They all work together. So Gurudev, in his Vyakya of the Bhagavad Gita, he says that the word Deva here, therefore, means the senses and the sense objects and the sense organs. So the organs, the sense itself, and the object, without which, so therefore, the sense itself, light, the sense object, the tree, and the sense organ, my eye. That is the meaning of Deva. Now, what was offered in the Chidagni Kunda? The Devas were offered, which means these three, the sense organ, the sense object, and the sense, were all put into the Chidagni Kunda, which means they got purified. They got purified because of the fire, they got purified. Now they have come back. They have come back in the purified sense. So in our Shastras ways, they don't say that you should cut off your ears, cut off your nose, blind yourself. No, these are organs which need to be used in the correct way. So by her action, she enables us to use the organs in the correct way. Therefore, when I see the tree, I now no longer see the tree. I see her in the tree. I see her in the tree, right? In chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita, it is called Vibhuti Yoga. Of the trees, Meena ji, vriksho mein main kaun hu?
People.
People.
Ashwathama. People.
Ashwath. So the people tree. Of all trees, I am the Ashwatha. Of all mountains, I am the Himalaya. Right? So on and so forth. Of all peaks, I am Sumeru. So by looking at something to see the divine in that particular thing is the actual work of the organ. हमारे अभी organ क्या देखते हैं? So you see the rasagulla and your tongue starts watering. Right? So what are we seeing? We are not seeing the divine over there. We are seeing the rasagulla. We are seeing our vasana takes over. So in the second line, what she is saying is, by the offering of all the sense organs, the senses and the sense objects, all three have been offered into the Chidagni Kundam. By that, they have got purified and they have manifested in her own form, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. And then she does the job of the Devas, which means the Devas have come back, but they have come back in the purified form, which means our organs are now ready to do what they were supposed to do, that is to see the divine in all things around us. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. So now first let us do a chanting of the full shloka from the beginning. Priya ji, let's start.
एक मिनट, मुझे प्लीज ये श्रीमत का दोबारा बताइए, नहीं समझ में आया.
कौन सा?
श्रीमत, सिंहासनेश्वरी. सिंहासनेश्वरी समझ में आया, श्रीमत नहीं समझ आया.
श्रीमत का मतलब श्री युक्त का मतलब श्रीमत.
ओके.
श्री के साथ जो है.
ओके.
ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम श्रीमाता श्री महाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चितग्निकुंड संभूता दैव कार्य समुद्यता.
देव कार्य, not दैव कार्य.
देव कार्य समुद्यता.
Yes. Rajashri ji.
श्री माता श्री महाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुंड संभूता देवी कार्य समुद्यता.
Good. Sharda ji.
ओम ह्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम श्री माता श्री महाराज्ञी श्रीमत् सिंहासनेश्वरी.
Sorry. Simhasaneshwari, not Singhasaneshwari. Simhasaneshwari.
श्रीमत् सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुंड संभूता.
Okay. Chidagnikunda
संभूता देव कार्य समुद्यता.
Okay. In chapter 10, in Vibhuti Yoga of the Bhagavad Gita, मीना जी याद करके बताइए. आपका आज कोई क्विज हो रहा है. अक्षरों में मैं कौन सा हूँ? मैं कौन सा अक्षर हूँ?
ओंकार.
ओंकार इज नॉट एन अक्षर. अक्षरों में मैं कौन सा हूँ? अक्षरों में मैं अकार हूँ. अकार.
Yes.
So therefore please don't eat up the right? So Chidagni Kund करेंगे तो you have eaten up the akar. So you have eaten up Sri Krishna. So don't eat him up. So
Sorry, sir.
So
should I recite again, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
ओम श्री माता श्री महाराज्ञी श्रीमत् सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुंड संभूता.
Same mistake.
चिदग्निकुंड संभूता देव कार्य समुद्यता.
Good. Ashwini ji.
Om Aim ह्रीं श्रीं Om Shri Mata Shri Maharajni Shrimat Simhasaneshwari Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudhyata.
Nice. Meena ji.
जी. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om Shri Mata Shri Maharagni Srimat Simhasaneshwari Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata.
Very good. Lalita 2. ललिता 2 जी चलिए.
हाँ, ओके ओके. ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम श्री माता श्री महाराज्ञी श्रीमत् सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुंड संभूता देव कार्य समुद्यता.
Okay. Lalita 1 जी.
Yeah, I have one doubt. This is in the beginning, it is Om, Aim, Reem, Shreem, Aum, or
Yes.
Om.
So I always use Aum because in the Mandukya Upanishad, very clearly the letter that is we use, Aum is a representation. There is nothing called Aum. Aum is the representation of the Paramnad which was there when creation happened. So, and it is therefore broken up into 3 aksharas, A, U, Ma,
Yeah.
which is there in the Mandukya Upanishad. So therefore, I always pronounce, it's not OM, it is AUM. So,
Okay. So after that, again say Om Shri Mata.
Yeah, no. So first, Aum, Aim, Reem, Shreem, Aum, Shri Mata, Shri Maharagi.
Okay. Om Aim Reem Shreem Om Shri Mata Maharagni Srimat Simhasaneshwari Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata.
Okay. Now we have about 10 minutes left. We'll start with the first 2 words of the first line of the second shloka. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Priya ji.
Udyat Bhanu Sahasrabha.
Okay, stop. It's Bhanu, not
Bhanu.
Bhanu.
Okay. Udyat Bhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita.
Very nice. Rajashri ji.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha Chaturbahu Samanvita.
Okay, Sharda ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता.
Ashwini ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा
Sahasra nahi, Sahasrabha.
सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता.
Meena ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता.
Lalita 2 ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा.
No. Sahasrabha, not
सहस्राभा ना.
Not tra. Sahasrabha.
सहस्राभा.
So start again from the beginning. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता.
Okay, Lalita 1 ji.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha Chaturbahu Samanvita.
Okay, now Udyat. Udyat means that which is doing Uday. Uday means to rise. So Udyat, that which is rising. Bhanu means, anybody knows? Bhanu? Surya. Yes, Bhanu means Surya. Sahasra. Sahasra, 1000. Abha, glowing. So the name becomes very clear. Now, See, the first few shlokas are following the story. The first few shlokas, they are following the story. First, she is the unmanifest. Then she is now rising, Chidagnikunda Sambhuta. For what? Because the Devas asked her to rise. So Deva Karya Samudvita. When she is rising, what are we seeing? Udyatbhanu Sahasrabha. So we can see one rising sun, and that too for a few seconds. After a few seconds, we can't see the rising sun also. Right? Now think 1,000 rising suns. 1,000 rising suns. So Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. So we saw that she is coming out in the form of light. You're protecting your eyes, and then slowly as your eyes get used to, then you will see her form. But right now I can't see her form. It is only glow. She is coming out in the form of a glow. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. So she is as glowing as a 1,000 rising sun. So what is the color of a rising sun?
Sinduri, orange,
Sindoor. And
orange
what
and
is
red
the-
comes.
Correct.
Sindoor, yeah.
Then, and what is the first line of the Dhyana Shloka?
Sinduraruna Vigraha.
Perfect. See, now all the these are the links, right? These are the links. This is how you remember. So Sindura Aruna Vigraham, right? So therefore, so here is the same reflection here. So we are saying Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Now I can see her form. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Chaturbahu. Bahu, hands. Right? Hindi word. Chaturbahu. Chaturbahu, 4 hands. Right? Where did we see 4 hands in the Dhyana Shloka?
Kasham Kusham. The second
Kasham.
one. Aruna.
Correct. Go ahead.
Arunam, Karunam, Kashi.
Dhrita, Pasham,
Pasham Kusham.
Pushpa, Bana, Chapam.
Chapam. Pushpabana, Chapa, Pasha, Ankusha. Itna charo cheez she is holding. Right? So, the obviously has to have 4 hands. So, Chaturbahu Samanvitam. So, her physical form of the unmanifest is now becoming slowly more and more manifest, and that manifestation is now visible to us. So, that is what we are seeing over here. Okay? The next line, we will just do the chanting. We will learn the meanings later. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Krodha Karankushojvala. Krodha Karankushod. Remember that bindu over there. Krodha Karankushojvala. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Krodha Karankushojvala. Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Krodha Karankushojvala. Priyaji.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Ragaswarupa Pashadhya. Krodhakaran. Krodhakaran Kushojvala.
Yes. So
Krodhakaran Kushojvala.
very good. Rajashri ji.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya.
Okay. Raga Swarupa Pashadhya.
Raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Krodha Karan Kushojvala.
Good. Sharda ji.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha.
No, it's not Sahasrabha. Sahasrabha.
Sahasrabha. No.
Sahasrabha.
Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha. Chaturbahu Samanvita. Ragaswarupa Pashadhya. Krodhankarang
Krodhankarani. Krodhakarang Kushojvala.
Krodhankara
Sharda ji. You are saying Krodhang, not Krodhang. Krodhakarang
क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला
Correct. Ashwini ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता रागस्वरूपाषाढ्या क्रोध
Raga Swarupa Pashadhya.
रागस्वरूपाषाढ्या
Raga
क्रोधा
Swarupa Pashadhya.
रागस्वरूपपाषाढ्या क्रोधाकारा कुशल क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला
Good. Neena ji.
उद्यद्भानुसहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता रागस्वरूपपाषाढ्या क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला.
Very nice. Lalita 1, Lalita 2 ji.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता रागस्वरूप पाषाढ्या क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला.
Very nice.
उद्यद्भानु सहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता रागस्वरूप पाषाढ्या क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला.
Very nice. So we'll look at the meanings of these second line in the next session. Any questions, any doubts, anything that you want to share?
ये सभी श्लोकों को याद करने के लिए मतलब किस तरह से याद किया जाए ये नहीं याद होते.
बार बार रट के जैसे तोता करता है, तोते को कैसे सिखाते हैं?
जी.
I would like to share something.
Yes, please.
So in the last, I don't know, ever since we started learning this chanting, I don't know what happens. Every time when I wake up in the morning, I start, I just start singing this.
Very nice.
Every day,
Very nice.
automatically the Dhyana Shloka now has become, like I wake up with the Dhyana Shloka.
Very nice.
And then I start doing this Om, Aim, Him, Reem, Shreem. So it's like I'm walking around, so many things are happening at home, but I'm constantly walking around just chanting this, and I can see the amount of energy that I'm getting through the day to do these things, and
Yes.
automatically tears are coming out of my eyes. I don't know what is happening, but it's something very beautiful and very powerful, which I cannot put it in words at all.
Lovely. Very good. Very good. Very nice. As long as we keep
All her grace.
Yeah, as long as we feel keeping her, see, her grace is always there. When we learn in the Bhagavad Gita that he says that because of my pleasure, mat prasadat, he uses the word, my pleasure, his pleasure is always there. His nature is pleasure. But we see, it's like the sun. The sun is always shining. But if I keep my windows and doors closed, how much sunlight will enter? So the whole idea is that we need to keep our windows and doors open, and then it flows in, the sunlight flows. You don't have to do anything. It just flows. It just comes in. So the whole process is that we need to start opening up. And what covers the doors and windows of our manas and buddhi is vasana. So just a touch over there is kama. When we looked at the second line, raga Swarupa Pashadhya. Pasha is noose. Noose. Tori se jiske bandhte hain. Noose. And Raga is attachment. Raga is desire. And Krodha. Krodha is anger. And that is an ankush. So she holds desire and anger. Right? When we do the upakarma, once in a year we change the thread. And when we change the thread, we do a japa. It is called Kamo Karashit, Manura Karashit, Narayanaya Namaha. So in Kamo Karashit, desire led me to sin, anger led me to sin. These are the two big ones. And in the entire Bhagavad Gita, if you look at it, he keeps on talking of Kama Krodha, Kama Krodha, Kama Krodha. All chapters, in somewhere or the other, Kama Krodha will come up. Who is holding both of them? She is holding them in her two hands. So you just have to surrender to her. All those Kama Krodha will also be held by her.
What is Adhya, Pashadhya?
We will do it next time.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll get into a long discussion on that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Sir, one request. You explain each and every word so nicely, giving different meanings and explanations. One request, if you can post this recording in the group, so that I can make the notes, because simultaneously if I do, I want to enjoy while you are speaking.
Okay,
So
but I thought, are you there in the group?
yes, sir.
So
I'm
then
there.
I sent the link for this recording every day. By the evening, the link will come to you.
No,
Just have to
sir,
click
I'm
on
not
that.
receiving at all. In fact, from the beginning, this was in my mind, that you explain so nicely each and every word, right from the Dhyana Shloka and your stories in the beginning when we started the text. But then I don't have anything.
Okay,
And
okay, you have my number.
Yes, sir.
Just send me a WhatsApp message.
Okay, sir. I'll do
Then
that. I'll do that.
ठीक.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, we will close. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.